Well, good morning. Damages themes emerge from evidence of damages, from your evaluation of evidence of damages. That sounds rather obvious, but it's not, because I'll tell you that there was a study done, a forensic study done, which did not surprise me at all. What do you think is the least discussed topic in jury deliberations? This was done with studies of actual jurors in real cases, not just focus groups. Well, I'll take the suspense out of it. It's the evidence of damages. They'll talk about numbers all day long, but they won't talk about the evidence of physical pain, the evidence of mental anguish, the evidence of physical disability, the evidence of physical disfigurement. Why? Two reasons. One is nobody really likes to talk about physical pain and much less put a dollar value on it. But the main reason is us. We fail miserably in applying the availability principle to damages. The availability principle says that the jury will focus in deliberation where the spotlight is placed during the trial. Too often, we regard damages as something to think about the night before we do a closing argument, or let's save damages for the summation. Damages proof. I mean, I don't know. I've never figured out how to deposit 1/3 of liability in my checking account. Damages proof is why I'm there, to get the recovery from my client that my client deserves. So I want to talk to you about why I think we fail to make damages available and how we might go about curing that a bit. Themes emerge from a very careful evaluation of damages as you go through. Let me tell you how I think, where I think the starting point is to looking for your proof of damages and looking for your themes that will emerge on their own. You should create a body of evidence with respect to each element of damage. We have a tendency to lump things together, pain and suffering, mental anguish. We have a tendency to not mention the physical disability and things of that nature at all. But we need to create a body of damages with respect to each element. Now, first of all, you need to know what all your elements of damage are. We miss many, many elements of damage. So we have, I'm going to fly through this very quickly for you, but we have these checklists that we use in each state where we do business as to the recoverable elements of damage. So you have a checklist so that you go down and you look at each element of damage and you make sure that you are pleading and proving every element of damage to which you're entitled. There are horror stories about how you miss the massive recoveries, very large recoveries, recoveries of attorney's fees, things of that nature, which are statutorily provided sometimes. They're missed because the attorney does not plead them and doesn't prove them. So first of all, check and make sure that in every case that you are in fact pleading every single case, every element of damage that you have. So we'll go through these elements of damage. This is just the list of what you're entitled to, what you may be entitled to, but you need to check off everything to make sure that you're pleading for every single thing. All right, so I want to talk to you. Once you get your element of damage, make sure you've got all your elements of damage identified. Here's what we do. We create a body of evidence with respect to each individual element of damage. How we evaluate this through the segmental approach to proof of damages. And let me just tell you that all this information is in a paper on my website, howardnations.com, under publications, and there's a paper in there on settlement negotiation that has all this set out in it, and then it has the demonstration arguments that I'm going to show you today. They're set out in there also in the persuasion paper.